Hi, this is Ted. Okay, this past week I did a video on Peter Wagner and a lot of other people involved, Sun Ho and different people. It was called Scandal. And as I did some research for this, I was kind of surprised with how much Peter Wagner is impressed with Sun Ho and how his expectations for her are outlandish. And I'm wondering, does this guy really get Hollywood at all? He thinks that she is just taking the arts and entertainment mountain completely, and it just floored me that Peter Wagner, who kind of presents himself as an apostle who really knows a lot about the gospel and everything, well, here he is being completely starstruck with a woman who really is just not going anywhere in Hollywood. And she's being pumped up and propped it up by her church and all the money that they're giving her. Well, a few people who get caught and get busted and get jail for this, but they're giving her money to be successful in Hollywood, and she's still failing. She's not doing that great. All right, he is so impressed with her and so infatuated, not with her, but with her success, that I was taken a little bit by surprise. In fact, he claims that he is really close to her. I love her, he says. I don't think he meant it in a sexual way or a husband way, but in the way of she's just really close to me.
I've got a whole talk on 7 mountains, 7 cultures. I mean, got a lot of, and this is one of the illustrations in that talk of Sun Ho. I mean, I love her. And
he's doing this, what people like to do with celebrities is, I know so-and-so, I'm close. They want to draw that celebrity aura to themselves and say, I'm special because I know so-and-so. Anyway, he seems to be doing that. And what I got out of this, this has been kind of on my mind a lot, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about this. I'm not sure what I'm going to say about it. It just surprised me that he was like that. But I remember when I was working years ago at a certain place, a woman came up to me who got a job in a similar profession, but in the same group that I was working with. And she gave us all CDs of her music, of her singing. See, evidently she had won a contest or two with such stuff like state fairs or perhaps county fairs and stuff. So she considered herself a tremendously good singer. And she told us a story that she had somebody who really is in the music industry told her that you can make it big. And she had the opportunity to, but she decided to go with her family instead because she just couldn't give up family for her success. Now, back then I bought her. I bought everything she said. I thought, okay, wow, those record producers really knew something I didn't, because I didn't think her music was all that great. Yeah, she had a nice voice, but it wasn't the kind of music that could ever sell on the market that I could see. But who am I? Well, nowadays, knowing much more about the celebrity culture, I realize I don't think she ever stood a chance. I believe she was giving us kind of that politician, I'm going to quit politics just for my family or whatever. When people say, I'm moving on for family, that's just the perfect traditional way of saying, I failed. Anyway, but also knowing the whole thing of celebrity culture and the promises they make. Okay, even if she was promised that she was going to get and be somebody, or we could do this for you, we could do that for you. Those types of promises are constant within the celebrity culture. Every time I see something like America's Got Talent or American Idol or stuff like this where the judges say, you have a career, you're going to go places, all I can think of is, it's just, you're going to hear this over and over and over again in the celebrity culture world. You cannot bank on that. All right, I won't say anything more because there will be definitely people who will say, no, it happens. Yes, it does. But in the vast majority of the cases, it does not. And you get to learn that sooner or later. Anyway, so in the celebrity culture, I find that Wagner seems to know very little about it. And so he could buy into the amazing expectation and the things that the illusions that Sun Ho is bigger than life, that she's conquering the arts and entertainment industry world, not seeing the reality. If he knew more about the celebrity industry, if he knew more about what's really going on, he wouldn't be so excited and he wouldn't be so enamored with this. And what I want to say about all this is much like the entire charismatic leadership. I'm going to put this under the leadership because every leader I'm studying is filled with building fantasy, building illusions that people who don't know better, and I'm not saying they're stupid. People aren't stupid. A lot of times these people are brilliant in other areas, but they haven't understood and tapped into what's going on among the leaders and how they're promoting themselves, and people are buying into it. I'm listening to Lance Wallnau. At least I listened to one of his messages this past week, and I noticed he gives examples of how good he is because God is working through him, and how good he is in the world of business. And all I'm thinking is, what is he not saying? And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that probably one of these coming videos, because there's a lot more to his message than what I'm saying right there. But what I am presenting is he is presenting himself to his audience, and by what he's saying, people are getting an image of him that is bigger than he really is. And I'll just bring one particular case in this that supports this. He calls himself a doctor. Check out where he got his doctorate from. It's humorous. If you will look up his degree, it's from, Phoenix School of Theology? Something that sounds impressive. It's a doctorate. He says in his message, he says, I wanted to get a doctorate, but I didn't want to study. All I did is teach. I'm thinking, okay, I know those doctorates. And you look up where he went to school, and you'll find it's a fake school. Some woman a few years back got this thing going. A lot of charismatics will do this, by the way. They'll get these schools going. They give you out these degrees that are not legitimate. They're not real. They're not real degrees. And they give out these degrees. Now you can call yourself a doctor because you paid $50 or $100 to, if they're really good, $1,000 to become this. And it's based on how good you already are. So they invite him to teach online. He teaches, and he talks about how good he is and stuff like that. And you get a degree, and you can get a doctorate. And he got a doctorate for doing that. Yay. All right. So, but what I want to say, though, is that doctorate is a pretense. It's a fake. It's just building up this fake aura, this fake fantasy world that people will believe. Dr. Lance Wallnau. Ooh. Now, see, Peter Wagner has a legitimate doctorate. To summarize everything, all I'm saying is there's a lot of illusion people buy. They believe in the illusions more than the realities. And this is Ted. You all have a good day. Bye.